Very well. I am starting on whoever Rob is on. That's Fog. We haven't seen him so far. Off to a very quick first blood. Fog actually staying around with only 25 health, and if he gets this kill, I'm gonna be very surprised. But he's somehow able to not only inflict serious damage over to his opponent, but also stack himself up very close to dying. Fog still able to kill his opponent before the red armor comes up. That's going to be a great position now. Oh, gets shot in the back and pushed off the platform. 1 health, literally 1 health, and he gets position for the Mega. To be able to get the yellow armor as well, and probably not going to be able to get the red. Yeah, that gets stolen by ARSENY. Nice positioning from him, but he might have actually cornered himself. He's missing the rocket launcher and the LG, so these kind of mid-range fights could prove to be troublesome. Both players slowing the game down a little bit. Playing on their respective side of the map. Fog now has been able to acquire a pretty sizable 190-120 stack. ARSENY more so on the armor side. Ooh, good grenades there. Does pick up the red armor, but burned a lot of his health in the process. Fog, on the other hand, 170, 150. Actually, close to 200 now. ARSENY gets 1 good rail. Ooh, but a very aggressive move by ARSENY. Sorry, by Fog. And that's gonna be another kill for him. Very nicely done there, you know. ARSENY, he was trying to play it nice and slow, you know, maybe get some chip damage in with the rail. Fog realizing what ARSENY is up to. And just pushing his way through.
A rail hitting from nowhere.
Must have been God himself. Struck down from the heavens. Fog so far off to just a great start. Like, even though the start was very dicey, you know, a lot of risky plays, he's now cemented himself in a very favorable spot. ARSENY unable to get anything done without constantly taking damage.
Well, at least he did not die waiting on the heavy. Or the red, as I might say.
Favorable exchange there for ARSENY. Ooh, tries to set up a very cheeky angle, actually crouching down, but still. Lots of damage actually being dealt by ARSENY. Red is coming up any moment now. Yes. Fog retreating.
ARSENY could have tried his luck, maybe going for an angle.
I think that generally, like, this kind of a safer play is better. Because what does Fog, like, he was railable at that point, I'm pretty sure. And, you know, if ARSENY hits 1 more rail, he potentially, like, Fog potentially could lose out both on the red and the Mega. And that already starts opening up in comeback potential for ARSENY. So I don't blame Fog whatsoever for trying to play it safe there. ARSENY gonna be able to get the kill in the end. Or he's still in a pretty good stack as well. Where is Fog? Fog is playing pretty far back. Gets 2 good rails. 3rd one misses. That's another great rail. ARSENY just taking a lot of damage once again.
5-minute warning.
Oh!
Yeah.
No! That's a rail battle that made me sneeze.
But, like, yeah, you go through a portal, like, where you repair is pretty much set in stone. So I would say that was not the best move by ARSENY.
Yeah, you're probably right. ARSENY once again with the rail supremacy. I say rail supremacy, but like they're pretty much equal when it comes to their accuracy numbers. ARSENY has hit 2 less rails, but that's about it. He does hear Fog stepping and clanking all over the lower levels of the map. Get some aggressive moves here, but if the rockets are good by Fog, he might be regretting it at any point now. Gets at least 1 good rail. Like, the rail has so far been a very decisive weapon for both of these players. Fog very low, just barely outside of the LG range. ARSENY can't afford to peek too much himself, as he is... at least he was railable for a moment there. Able to get both of the major items. One of the yellow armors is up. There is Fog. Fog is actually, like, he's just rotating all the way back to Mega Health. Gets himself a little bit more rockets. ARSENY is a little bit lost, it appears. Potentially nice move there by Fog. If ARSENY was trying to, like, make a more aggressive chase, there was potential to steal the red, but still doesn't really work out. That's 3-6 now, 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, Fog will probably disappear for a while. So 3 frags is a decently defendable on such a map as this. Oh. If you wait around the corner, not so much.
Yeah, ARSENY now slowly but surely making his comeback.
And I would say, like, they are fairly clean. Fog is not able to do enough damage before dying. Oh, this time it's the other way around. Let's see. Oh, Fog. Trying his luck.
Has like a really cheeky angle there, yeah, but ARSENY was absolutely ready for it. And history might be repeating itself as ARSENY making a comeback. 7-6 now, 1 minute 15 seconds remaining. Fog making a very aggressive push with a plasma gun, and it works out. 22 health only remaining, but still able to deny the red armor, and there's enough health bubbles on the map to get himself back into a healthy shape for the next engagement. ARSENY still hitting rail after rail. Both players on exactly equal rail damage, 1600.
Oh no! ARSENY! Great angle. He gets a few pixels and hits his shot. 30 seconds left. Yeah, let's see. Is Fog able?
Fog has literally, there's no armor literally coming up for the next 10 seconds. Like, is the worst possible scenario for Fog that there could be. He has to force a fight, but there's nothing coming up. He has no armor himself. 20 health, make that 4 health. Yeah. And he just, yeah, his toes get fried. GG's have been called. The final result is 9-7. Map number 1 taken by ARSENY. Quite possibly we're going to be seeing, yeah, once again, a repeat of season 3. We are going to be switching servers.
Yeah. Let's see. We are going to number 15. Next map will be Battle Forged. Yeah, the ping situation pretty much has reversed. Fuck now on 20-ish. Arseny on near 50.
Battle Forge is the map we're going to be playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Prepare to fight.
There we go.
3, 2, 1. Fight.
Oh, very, very fast first engagement. Fog and Arseny both trying to go for the mega health, but Arseny, not even realizing where exactly his opponent is, gets shot in the back. Fog now able to secure not only the first blood, but both of the major items. Gets full weaponry as well. Arseny, he is quick to pick up some weapons himself. Gets a beautiful rocket there. And this might be the frag being returned by Arseny very quickly. I don't think he even realizes just how low Fog is. Tries to go for the mega, but not in time.
Yeah, Arseny doesn't make an appearance on the yellow.
Yeah, bit of a back and forth so far. 5 seconds to red. Arseny already in position. Fog trying to approach from the side. Doesn't really get any damage in though. Good rail as he backs off, picks up the mega health, and rocket jumps immediately out of there. Still a pretty good stack, 170, 160 versus Fog's 150. That's a pretty considerable advantage that he has for the next engagement. Arseny trying to bait the red armor. Fog doesn't fall for it. Doesn't even show up for the red even. Even the yellow gets taken by Arseny. Fog pretty much living off of this 50 armor that he has. Once again, one more major item for Arseny. Aggressive push by Arseny. He takes a rocket to the face, slightly equalizing the stacks, but he barely feels it, to be honest. He's still at more than 100 stack advantage compared to Fog. But you can see that Fog is playing so defensive, so passive that all pushes that are coming out from Arseny.
He's kind of successful in it, right?
Like, yeah, all the pushes that Arseny is trying to do, like, they are... Even when no damage is being done, like, Arseny is showing a lot of respect, and you can't blame him, because it could go wrong, you know, at any moment. This map is one of the more favorable ones in the map pool when it comes to, you know, this kind of a very defensive, very passive style of play. Like you can see ARSENY taking 2 good rockets from Fog, and stacks are equalized. Especially after that rail, ARSENY he has to once again play it a little bit slow. Fog actually setting up for the red armor. He hears ARSENY come in and immediately retreats. And he could be doing this like the entire match. He could actually, I'm pretty sure, isn't this how Fog actually won against Helldown? No, it was Pavel, I'm sorry, it was Pavel who won like this against Helldown. Last season, that was.
Yeah, and he's now into the rotation. The red going his way was punished though.
You can see that like ARSENY, he's catching up to, you know, what Fog is doing. And he's playing like really weird positions. Like ARSENY is right now still just sitting on the red because he knows that Fog is up to some shenanigans. And both of the players like using a lot of the the silent walk, not to expose themselves. Because right now ARSENY, what he needs to do is catch Fog off guard. It's not going to be easy, as that's kind of one of Fog's greater strengths, is just to disappear.
We did see him for a few pixels, but yeah, ARSENY needs to get back, collect the red.
Rails exchange. Still, that's pretty favorable for ARSENY. Ooh, rocket though. Fog miscalculating the distance, getting no damage onto his opponent, whereas ARSENY hitting a pretty good rail there. Oh, this might be a frag. ARSENY setting up a trap over at the rail.
Yeah,
Fog
nice.
does not know he is railable. ARSENY, no, ARSENY does not actually push the issue. He goes for the mega, fails the rocket jump.
Yeah, he fails pretty much every rocket jump. Now these two are successful, but the window is closing.
That's a really good rail by ARSENY. Follows through to the jump pad. Almost 6 minutes. ARSENY just chasing his opponent. But that's exactly what he needed, you know? Set up a trap like that, the trap that he set up at rail. Like, I still feel like he should have tried and like go for an additional rail before going to the mega. But fine, you know, it works out in the long run. The game is now tied 1-1. ARSENY still in a very good position, you know, maintaining control. If we look at the major item pickups, like it's crazy that, you know, we're talking about 12 reds, 9 megas for ARSENY, and only 2 reds and 2 megas for Fog, and ARSENY is struggling so hard to actually get anything done on the map. Mega picked up mid-fight. Misses the rail. 120 health on. Oh,
that's 2 for none in return.
That's a very critical rail for Fog. ARSENY might actually be going down. He has to be really careful at this point. Almost has himself decapitated.
Yeah, that must be it. There we go. Both
Oh,
items
back.
up.
And this is now very scary for ARSENY, I believe, because like we've seen, you know, if it took 5-6 minutes for ARSENY to get that one frag, and that was when Fog was out of control, what's gonna happen when Fog is in control and there's only 2 minutes remaining on the clock?
Yeah, it's a very steep hill. He takes so much plasma though when he goes through this portal. Yeah, Arseny holding the angle. We hear him around the corner.
Does not. Yeah, doesn't even hit the rail there. Oh, and Arseny just keeps eating more and more damage. This has to be pretty much GG.
Yeah.
Minute and a half remaining, 4 frag difference. Fog doing a really good job on the defense. Like if Arseny was able to get that first frag just a little bit faster, I would say that, you know, there's more opportunities to come back, but Fog has kind of pressured his opponent into a situation where he has to play, like, really aggressive, just because, you know, the time is slowly running out, and you can't afford, you know, to have a frag every 5 minutes. The timer just doesn't work like that, you know? What was that frag? I don't know how it looked on your screen, but it looked like to me that Fog pulled a Quake 4 there and shot through the teleporter. So, history might not be repeating itself after all. Already, 1-1.
Yeah, that's not gonna change in the last 15 seconds.
There's still time. Yeah. Fog might actually, like, accidentally disconnect and lose. GG's have been called.
Forfeits.
GG's have been called. Final score is 1-8 in favor of Fog. This makes it 1-1 so far, meaning we're going to map number 3. And Arseny, he still might win against Fog. You know, we saw like pretty good performance by him on map number 1.
Yep. The tiebreaker will be played on Hectic. We still have to find out if
Vote
we
now.
stay on this server or we move.
Vote failed. Vote now. Vote passed.
Okay. They are switching server.
Do we have links disabled on the YouTube chat?
Not particularly.
I have a suspicion that yes, you might.
I have said nothing, actually.
Yeah, but the default settings on a YouTube thing are really weird. Anyways.
So we are going back to the other one, right? Or is it somewhere else? No, we are there. Okay. Like, I'm able to paste links as Shafastic TV.
Prepare to fight.
Yeah, but I was logged in through my own account. Anyways, I'll figure this out.
3, 2, 1.
We are on Hectic.
Yes, and I'm starting on Arseny apparently. Arseny got the red, Fog the mega.
I think this map does play in more into favor of Arseny, as his combat skills are, I would say, overall better. Fog is more like a kind of a position-based player. And Hectic, you know, said this many times before, but it sure does live up to its name. It is an absolute bloodbath when you get the right players. As I say that, both players have been missing rail after rail. No shots connecting whatsoever. ARSENY at least able to get himself back to some reasonable stack. Still railable though. Oh, almost eats that rocket. I felt that. Great rocket as he flies by. Misses the jump to the red. Oh no! Movement error costs him the frag. Fog now with a frag of his own. Tries to trap ARSENY at the rail side of the map. One rail for Fog. Two health on Fog, 4 armor, just one tick of LG. One tick of LG, that's all he needs. There we go. ARSENY able to find the kill. The funniest part about that is that ARSENY is actually still railable and...
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, had ARSENY
but
actually...
the super shotgun. Or the regular shotgun, actually.
I mean...
Or a shotgun.
Very, very aggressive positioning coming out from ARSENY, despite the lower stack. The rail is gonna force ARSENY to move back. Nice move there. Really like that. Delayed the mega, tried to get some free damage. Worked out pretty well. Fog, though, he still has armor, whereas ARSENY has nothing, but it does not matter as he hits a lot of damage. The preemptive switch to the shotgun may have cost him a good rail there, but once again, just like no armor on his name. Not really a situation you want to be in. Still one frag advantage for ARSENY, 3 minutes in. Fog still hitting rail after rail.
Lead time.
And we're
Nice.
tied back up, 4-4.
Also pretty interesting frag, like hitting the wall and getting kill with the splash damage. He's quite early though, and ARSENY tries to get the frag before it spawns.
I am really
Take it.
surprised how that worked out, you know? They just like completely switched positions. I thought like ARSENY is just gonna, you know, stand, you know, on the other side, like on the outside of the mega jail. And then they just like swapped places, you know? Fog starting to miss some shots. It's giving ARSENY a bit of an opportunity. Mega collected by him. Fog retreating into the double 25 bubble. Why is Fog on the low ground? I mean, he does emerge up.
Yeah, it's
was he-
interesting. He also did not pick up the yellow, so that one will go to ARSENY. It doesn't really matter anyway, fuck.
5-minute warning.
Able to do the work from a distance. And are we getting a similar situation? That would be so fun. Oh, nice LG. ARSENY. Too much out in the open.
ARSENY able to get to that yellow armor, but again, pretty much immediately denied by Fog's damage. Very clean frag. It is starting to look pretty dire for ARSENY, but again, hectic. It could switch literally a moment's notice. Very nice punishment of the spawn there. Of course, one of the things that the map is pretty well known for players like Agent, you know, who, even though like their combat skills aren't like the best, you know, they've shown time and time again that just being able, you know, to rotate the spawns, you know, you get one frag and you're able to very quickly able to convert that into several other ones. ARSENY trying to force the issue. No luck. Still, the rail exchanges, they're not going ARSENY's way whatsoever. 56% rail versus 36%. Both have fired pretty much the same amount of rails, but that's 10 additional rails that Fog has hit.
Yeah, the interesting part is like Fog is not really going out of his way to deny the armors. Like he's just keeping them up, but ARSENY is not able to pick them up anyway. So that would have been a good lifeline to break the control Fog is working with.
Yeah, it definitely feels like ARSENY is trying to play the map, whereas Fog is pretty much exclusively playing around his opponent. Like, ARSENY is almost predictably trying to show up for every single item, and I think that's what's it's kind of been his downfall so far. Because Fog isn't really... Well, yeah, he wasn't even really trying, you know, to play super aggressive. It's just that ARSENY kept falling like right into him. GGs have been called. Final score is 4-19. History does not repeat itself. It is going to be 1-2 in favor of Fog.